A dream wrapped a spinning fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a dream, show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures grow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors on the scene. NFT insights and crypto dreams, diving into unicorns. He's got the key.
Okay, wow. Yeah, wow. Yes, boys, ladies and gentlemen, it's a three-peat today. Yeah, not one show, not the morning show, not two interviews. No, three. We're getting all these great virtuals projects in here on the Swarm Report. So welcome back for the three-peat today. Here with another, I'll say, like, exciting team who's launching on the Virtuals Genesis launchpad here. It's Sovra. Is it Sovra AI? I hope I'm saying that right.
That's correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Nailed it. I did it. Your boy did it. Well, welcome to the show, guys. First of all, I'm really happy we were able to make this work. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to double check. I want to make sure we're actually live on X. Something feels a little off there. In fact, anybody watching, I think maybe Katz, you're here, right? If you don't mind, peek over on X and make sure we're actually live over there. If not, then whatever. I mean, we do this live. Mistakes will happen, so I'll just fire off the X part again. But give me a quick sec to peek at this. Let me see here. Are we live? Are we live? No, it doesn't look live on X. So hang on. Let's see. Katz, what's up? Hey, okay, guys. We were talking behind the scenes too. I got put in jail. At least one of these guys got put in jail. Katz was in jail too. You're out though. Not live on X. Okay. Well, geez. All right, give me a quick second. I'm just gonna fire off a different way. Boom, delete. This should be easy to do. Apologies, guys. Remove. Okay, I think that'll do it, and I can peek live on the screen here. We'll see. All right. I told you guys, casual. It's just how we do it. Way better. There we are. We're live now. Okay, very cool. Let me give that a little retweet, and let me go retweet it from the CryptoSlam account again. Sorry about that. Actually, while I'm retweeting here, I would love if you guys could introduce yourself, like who you are and what's your background, and then I'd love to start getting into Sovra and the product and what it is you're building.
Amazing, guys. I'll go first. Yep. All right, I'll go first, Sean. So my name is Ahad. I'm a data scientist by profession. I'm a robotics engineer also by profession. I'm a lot of titles, but at the end of the day, I'm an enthusiast and very passionate about crypto. We've been trying to link the cryptocurrency world and the AI world since some time. It's been now, ever since the GPT space came out, my entire core expertise has been around playing around with these models, developing local LLMs, building new capabilities out of these models. We've done multiple projects in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, in the Middle East overall. So very, very close in this space. And now what we are bringing with Sovra AI is primarily this interlinkage between a very user-friendly interface to actually do your own research on different crypto projects, and using this intelligent engine that we have backed by an LLM and an agentic workflow. So how we're doing it is feeding a lot of external third-party data, such as your Twitter Spaces of different coin projects, different sort of white papers. We've spent more than a year now just training these models on more and more data that's available in the crypto world. And don't forget, there's a lot of data available in the crypto world. All you have to do is take the effort and scrape it out and feed it to the models. And we've spent a lot of time doing that for the community and for the public. Having said that, now that we're in a position to deploy these agents with the right amount of data to be intelligent, analysts that can sort of take any coin that you're trying to search, any crypto project you're trying to do your research on. As you might have seen, these LLM companies such as ChatGPT, they're doing pretty heavy on deep research, which is a feature you see nowadays in every LLM. Now, this deep research capability is highly important, and what we've done is tailored it for the crypto space, right? So this agent, that we call Sovra AI, can actually do a lot of deep research for you for any crypto project you want. And it's not just going to give you a bunch of summaries from the web, but it's also going to go inside the Twitter Spaces, go inside the TG chats, and scrape as much information as it can about the project, right? So the information you're getting from this agent is far more valuable than just a search engine. And that's the main differentiating point. More than that,
is it kind of info-fi mixed in with like the market data?
Correct, that is. And we've spent, we have a data annotation team of around 25 people that have spent the last 6 months just scraping a lot of data from Twitter about different projects. So, making that investment sort of shows how much we're trying to, dedicate it in terms of collecting this data. Because to be very honest, we can connect all sorts of APIs of third parties, just as you're saying, but that's the valuable layer of the model's responses comes from the additional data, the proprietary data that you go out there in the market and collect, right? That's the hard part that people tend to not do. And then when they don't do that, the models actually tend to perform not so good when in production, right? So we decided to make that initial effort, which we have. And of course, the product isn't still in progress, but once the agent is live, I think the entire community will be able to see the difference in the responses. And then that's our unique selling point. Man. Of course, having this integration where this agent can also build trading strategies, that is a key layer on top, right? So this is how we're kind of connecting the two angles. You'll either find trading bots or you'll find these AI analysts, but it's time to kind of link both together, right? So that we can give you a one-stop shop when it comes to this use case. And that's where we come in.
Super cool. I got to fire off a question already here. Well, I have question and point. Point is a team of 25 helping with, maybe one area, which is the data gathering. If I understood that right, like that's a hell of a team. And it's what's so interesting is some of these products that are here on virtuals, some of them are a one-man show and some it's a couple people, and some of them have so much more going on behind the scenes that people don't know about unless you tune into something like this and you hear people like explain what goes into the back end. And I don't know, I think those ones that have that extra work and love and attention, actually blood, sweat, and tears in the back end are different. That's a different kind of quality project. And they're not all created equal. I can say that. So that was cool to hear. The other, it's actually more of a quick question. Is this an agent? Because okay, our founder at CryptoSlam made a point the other day. He's like, okay, just random point realization. These days we're calling everything an agent. And he's like, and half the stuff, they're not agents. The same way like on Pump Fun or whatever, we call everybody who clicks the button to launch a token, we call them a dev, right? It's just silly. We're like goofballs like that here in crypto. And so maybe like my initial question even is Sovra an agent, or is it like an AI powered platform?
So it's an agent for sure, because I think what's important for everybody to understand is what really is an AI agent, and how does it differ from a chatbot, right? Now, when we say that it's an agent, what it means that it can take your tasks and sort of reason behind them and take appropriate actions. And what I mean by that is, let's say let's say you're doing a research about a specific project or a specific coin, let's say Sovra, right? And the agent gives you quite good responses, and it gives you a lot of good valuable information about Sovra, and the agent feels like it's bullish on it. And then you wanted to actually go and trade on your behalf, right? Now, being able to do that, that is where the agentic workflow comes in, right? You have to usually go and manually sort of enter your trades, or you have some sort of an automated mechanism, some sort of robotic process automation or whatsoever. But can an agent solely handle that? That's where that's where the differentiation comes in. So it's not only giving you sort of information, right? It's also able to do specific tasks for you within this space, and one of them being go and trade for me, or let's say another task could be make me a report on this project. I want to show it to my other colleagues or team members, stuff like that. So agent, that's what an agent means, right? Agent is able to do actions for you. It can reason for you. It just doesn't output plain information, right? That's one of the big difference. When it comes to an AI powered platform, what that means is that within this entire platform, are you using any AI components within it, right? So of course we are. The entire Sovra AI is fully AI native built, right? If you've seen examples like Cursor or Lovable or let's say Merker, there's a lot of these unicorn projects out there in the AI world that all devs are today using. These are all AI native products, right? So we don't call them AI powered, rather we call them AI native development. So we're both, to answer your question, if that explains. I just gave a very deep analysis of what an agent is.
No. People need to hear that, because I'll tell you what, we hear this stuff all the time, and I think too often we don't stop to like understand what it really means. And because again, probably half the stuff, that might not be the right number, but a lot of the stuff that is coming up on virtuals, and it's not virtual's fault, but they're being called agents when they're not. Some of these are not. They're just platforms that are powered by AI, not an agent. So that I think helps people a ton, and they do need to hear that till they understand it. So I appreciate that. Good, thorough answer.
And a very important thing is the agent also has memory, right? The agent is able to remember the trades you've made. The agent has an entire portion of memory where it will remember all the trades you've made. It will remember your portfolio, even from a year ago. So that's a very important element to the agent as well that we are incorporating.
That's a great point. It's a great point. Okay, if you were to give me a 20-second explanation of what Sovra is, what would that be? And then we'll start getting into some functionality, and we'll get a bit deeper.
Yep. So generally, what Sovra is and why we exist is, most tools need a lot of screen time or manual effort. So Sovra automates trading with real alpha wallet native execution, right? You pick your agent, you set your risk, and Sovra handles the rest. So sourcing sentiment, signals, and strategies in real time, just through a prompt is what people actually need, right? So this is in 20 seconds, that is what I would say. And the technology behind it is primarily we use reinforcement learning and fine-tuned LLMs. They self-improve, they learn from your behavior, and they execute without code. Right. So that, and in terms of those who are interested about learning our token utility, our token governs the agent marketplace. It powers the reward distribution via mindshare, and it gives users access to high-tier strategy sets, which will be our sort of high margin, high value feature. If that, I hope that explains everything in 20 seconds. I can go on.
It's even a little like even if I give 20 seconds, keep going. It's awesome. The more we hear, the better. And like I'll tell you, man, like the people watching, I know them. We eat this stuff up. Like we love it. We're eating it up. We're hungry to learn. So that like it's always the more the better, So
Yep.
that was great. Are we looking at a mock-up of the site, or is this actually the site like behind the scenes functioning?
Yeah, this is basically a prototype that we have. We're trying to show people what this, in visual terms, what are we actually building, right? I think nowadays, I mean, since we're an AI company and an agent company, we can develop code base actually quite fast because we use a lot of the AI technology out there to build the code base. So this right now is essentially our sort of prototype, and it's an MVP. So it's actually functional. We're building it. It's not launched yet. I would say it's in beta stages. And once it will be launched, I think the community will be very happy to see the responses on this engine. And as you can see, this interface is quite friendly, right? We've put in Twitter there for you on the right-hand side. We've put in the market charts and performance on the left-hand side. And in the middle, you'll have your AI assistant you can speak to and have conversations with about whatever crypto project you want.
I love this layout, by the way. Like, you would love it. Is the feed on the right going to be customizable?
It will be customizable to the coin you're searching about. Correct.
Oh,
That's
wow.
yeah. And that's where we come in. I mean, we want to give the people the right interface to do the research as well. It's not about, I mean, currently you have different screen, so many tabs open on your computers and desktops most likely.
Yep.
So we want to make that easier for you. And more than that, by the way, this product will be mobile native. And why is that important is because we want people to also have a pocket app that can do these functions that currently you only have desktop apps out there, right? You've got multiple trading bots and different platforms that are usually desktop based, but I don't know a single mobile native application out there. So this is the pocket app we're trying to aim for,
Wow.
essentially. Yeah, that's the goal.
How far along in development is all of this, as far as the web app? Well, I should say the mobile app, but also the more that looked like a desktop terminal we were looking at before. How far along are they, and how long do you think till they're live and people hands-on are using them?
Oh, the desktop terminal is going to be live in 2 weeks.
Nice.
So we've already spent so much time. So, we, of course, if the community wants it earlier, we can even push it earlier. But we've kept a date from 2 weeks from now to launch the desktop terminal. The mobile app will take about 1.5 months. It's already in progress. It's already being developed. And it's around 1.5 months away. Which also all the desktop terminal users will get access to a beta version of the mobile app much sooner than 1.5 months. But the full final launch on App Store, both on Play Store and App Store, will be in 1.5 months.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Super cool. Okay. Forgive me if you answered this already, but what's the size of the total team, core team that's working on both the training and the building out of the apps?
We're a big ass company because the reason being because we've been doing this and we've been playing around LLM since a while, right? So before we even thought of building Sovra, we have experience in doing services within the same technology space, building these, on-prem secure local LLMs. We've been doing this for government projects now about 2 years, 3 years. So,
oh wow,
the Sovra team now, we've got 25 data annotation specialists, right? They just collect data every single day. That's their job, 8 hours a day, every day. That's what they have to do. And besides that, we have a total of 12 team members that are the core engineers working on this project, besides me and Zishan here, of course.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I gotta say, that's a massive team. And so I'll just say this, I didn't know that looking at any of the the listing on virtuals, and then even going to the socials. Where could I find more about your company and your project so I can dig more into the team? Because that is super impressive, super impressive. And I like to bet on teams,
Yeah, and we're going to be disclosing a lot of information very soon for the entire community. Okay. How big the company is, what the team has been doing, and just so you know, by the way, we've distributed this team. It's a fully remote team. Why can we hire a lot of data annotation specialists? By the way, is also because many of them are from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, from that side of the world. Right, so the data annotation specialists are actually quite affordable at this stage.
Yeah.
But since we've been doing these government projects in stealth for about 2-3 years, that's how we were able to build a lot of capability before launching Sovra AI. So it's backed by a very big team. This project, it's backed by very very smart engineers who've been playing with the LLM space for about 4 years. Back when GPT-2 was out there and everybody was going out, what is this technology? So we've been in this space from before. And, funny fact that being an AI engineer and data scientist for about 6-7 years, LLMs have always existed, in this world, but they were called NLP, natural language processing based solutions, right? So we always had LLMs over there in our sort of technology code bases. But what OpenAI did was put a very nice UI to it that the entire world latched onto, right? And that's the reality of this technology. So we've been heavily equipped with this tech for about 4 or 5 years. So knowing the limitations, as you said, many of these agents are not really agents. It's because it's not that easy to build an agent, right? You need a lot of technical expertise. You need engineers, you need researchers to actually build this stuff out. So that's what we've been doing since the past 2 or 3 years, and now we're bringing our expertise from the real AI world to our crypto world, right? And I think it's about time that we interlink it. In fact, if you've seen A16Z, Anderson Horowitz, they keep talking about how now is the time to really link the technology with this crypto world, because what AI isn't able to achieve in the traditional market, it can achieve a lot more in this market, but people just haven't tapped that potential. So that's what we're here to do. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, and that's true, and I believe it. Oh, question for you, maybe even a request. Okay,
Yeah.
if more about the team is going to be revealed in a couple weeks, and this goes live on Virtuals tomorrow, I wonder if you'd be able to share, like off air, just with me, some more details about the team, just so I can kind of like vouch for you guys, for everybody, because if it is that, I want to see that you guys complete and cook tomorrow. I want to see that gets to 100 and people have that chance to get in there with that like maybe a little more confidence that this team is substantial, if you're willing to, and you don't have to, of course, but
No, of course we're willing to, and happy to share that with you. So we can build some real traction here. I think we want the community to know who we are, and what we're building. So of course,
I think
no
that's
worries.
excellent. Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I think that's super, super cool. Okay, so let me think where we want to go. Okay, me as a trader. Let's say that I'm getting into here and now I'm a holder of the Sovra token. How am I using that in this ecosystem? And then again, like I know you've spoken on it, but like how am I going to use the application? Like, am I just going to go straight up trading cryptos and I'm going to tailor like a trading strategy towards, I don't know, is it
Yeah.
options? Is it any kind of cryptos I want?
Yeah. So first thing first, if you hold Sovra tokens, you're going to connect your wallet. You're going to hop onto the terminal, right? As soon as you hop onto that terminal, you're not going to only be able to search about projects, but you're going to be able to create different trading strategies, right? Once you've created those trading strategies, you're going to do some back propagation testing on some dummy data, and you'll be able to test your strategies, right? Once you test them out, you will actually be able to sell those strategies or publish those strategies on our platform with these tokens, right? And the more sort of rewards you get, the more strategies you can publish. And on each strategy, of course, given that it's successful, given that it gets traction from the users on Sovra, they will use your strategy and implement it in their own systems, correct? On every, let's say, token or margins they make through these strategies, you get a portion of it.
Oh, wow.
And this is an entire ecosystem we're making on these trading strategies, right? We want people to prompt the hell out of this engine and build the best strategies out there and publish them, right? So if you go on DeepSeek today or any of these models, I'm sure they'll create strategies for you too. But how easy is it for you to actually test that strategy into in let's say back propagation or in the actual market? Even not that easy. There's a lot of connections you have to do. So what we're trying to say is that we anyone who holds Sovra, you don't have to be a specialist in building strategies for trading bots. You're going to use our engine to generate different strategies and then be able to test them and publish them. If they're pretty good, and it, the accuracy of these strategies actually depend on how good you are at prompting, right? And the more you prompt the engine, probably that's how you'll iterate towards a very good strategy. And then when you publish that strategy on our platform, that's when you start making money as a user, right? So we're trying to monetize users onto our platform, right? When they hold our token, they come, they build strategies, they test those strategies, publish them, and then make money out of it. And you don't have to be, the whole point is you don't have to be a crypto specialist to do that. Today, if I want to build strategies and I want to use them in the market, I actually need to be a specialist in this domain, right? I mean, if you want to build trading bots of your own, you need to know really good how to trade, correct? You really need to know a lot of things. The whole point of this engine is to empower every average Joe to come and build their own strategies and test them out, right? This is and of course, we're not saying that they're only going to make strategies, but this engine will allow them to do a lot of research as well before they build these strategies. So it's a pretty far-fetched goal, but I guess that sums up what the utility here is and how what we're building, right?
Dude, interesting and like really unique. I don't think I've heard anybody building that kind of strategy, utility, whatever into their platforms. I don't think I've heard anybody doing that yet, which is cool. Did you mention that as you're like building your strategy and you're fine tuning it, you're putting it to use on like some dummy data or like in a simulated environment?
It's a simulated. So we'll have an entire backtesting engine, which is basically a simulated environment, and that's where you can test your strategies. So it's not going to be, you're not going to have to go to any third party to test these strategies. No inconvenience. You're going to be able to test them in the same platform, which is the Sovra platform, right? So
Wow.
so you're going to be able to test it within the platform. Given the results, you're going to be able to publish them, and some might not make that much money out of these published strategies, but those who really learn how to prompt and look at the upside of this, right? We're also, helping these the crypto community to become better prompters, right? I think right now, not a lot of people understand how half of the world is not utilizing AI in the right way because they don't know how to prompt, right?
We use it
So
like a search engine. We ask a question, we get
exactly.
our answer, we're done. Instead of realizing, no, you can go further, and then you can tweak that question. And this is I'm newer to this stuff, and probably about 6 months ago, I learned no, prompting is an art, and it can. I hear people that take a week or 2 weeks to perfectly craft their prompt to get the output, the outcome they wanted, and it is a skill, isn't it, man?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's why I think there's a lot of upsides to this. So I believe we're hopeful that we've got it right. And I think I'm one of the users actually, because I've been prompting DeepSeek since the past 6 months on building different strategies on different market conditions. And my only problem was like, what do I do with this code that it generates? I mean, if you go on DeepSeek right now, it's going to give you this code, generated code, and it's going to be like, yeah, this is the strategy. All right, what do I do next with it? Right? I don't know what to do with this code base, and so we're trying to sort of help that. I mean, I'm trying to help myself also. Where if I have an AI engine that's generating a strategy for me, I don't want to see just code. I want to see it implemented into a simulator. I want to see the test results of that, and then I want to make the decision of actually implementing it, right? All of that is just too scattered. We need to bring it to one platform, and if it's a mobile native platform, then that's even better, right? That gives them access to the masses, and that's the goal.
So to some degree, okay, so somebody builds out a strategy and I like it and I want to test it. If I use it, the person who made that strategy is getting some kind of kickback or fees. Do I need to pay to use that strategy? And is this like a marketplace of different strategies?
So yeah, if you're the other user where you're coming on and seeing different strategies and you want to use one of them, right? So of course you're paying to use that strategy. And the publisher who publishes the strategy will get a commission of each user that buys their strategy, right? Or uses their strategy. So that's the goal out of it. Like creating a whole ecosystem within this space is what we want to do.
Man, very unique. Okay, so if I'm gonna try out a strategy, is it a one-time cost, or is it that cost that every time I use it, then it's that kind of commission, that kickback to the creator?
It's a one-time cost. It's like you're subscribing to the to the strategy, but it's not a recurring cost. It's just a one-time cost.
Oh, that's so cool. And I'm guessing you're going to pay in Sovra to use that strategy.
Correct.
Okay, cool. And then is it Sovra that gets you access to the platform, or is the platform going to be to some degree open to all, and then Sovra gets you deeper into it, more tools?
Yeah, platform is open to all. Sovra gets you deeper into it.
Okay.
Right? We don't want to close off the platform for the masses. That's the whole goal here. But what everything that we're offering inside this platform, Sovra enables that, right?
Okay. Oh, well, I really like this, guys. It's very different. Yeah, it's a nice twist or a nice spin on, what a lot of people are trying to build, and rightfully so, because DeFi AI is about to explode. And again, if this stuff works and if people can make money using these AI tools and automated trading and stuff, changes everything about DeFi. And again, I think this is a really unique take on it. So, man, love what I'm hearing so far here. Okay. What other token utility might there be? Again, if you're holding that Sovra token, you'll use it to buy these strategies. What other utility will people find for that token?
Yep. Zishan, you want to go next on that?
Yeah. So I think we've designed these tier categories on our documents as well, right? So like bronze, silver, and gold. So for anybody who's taking them, they get access to different features within that. They can get lower fees if they're like, let's say, a gold member of the Sovra ecosystem. And there are many other things like governance. I know everybody is doing that, and community voting so that they can vote on what feature they want to be implemented first. But this is something that we're trying to get across because I think we're so early and we've been so focused on building up the product that I truly believe that we neglected sharing this information across on on X essentially. This is one of the biggest concerns that we also have that now that we're doing like this Genesis launch within a day, and we really need to push it out there for everything that we've been doing. But I think essentially coming back to the token utility is that with all the mechanisms that Ahad has mentioned, that we want to build the entire ecosystem that allows users to access the wallet from anywhere in the world, anywhere they are, even if they're traveling, because that's the most convenient way of doing like autonomous trading. It's not like your PC is just running 24/7. Your mobile is also like a computer, so you can easily use that. And then again, for all these utilities that we've mentioned, um, sums up the entire, let's say, Sovra ecosystem, and that's where we are, let's say, generating this intrinsic value out of it, so to speak.
Yeah, and I think in terms of utility, I just wanted to add that for now we've mentioned the utility we have in mind, which is the core utility. But in terms of further utilities to be added on, happy to also leave it to the community. We're the sort of people to build in public for the public, right? So we're happy to hear from the community as well, any ideas they have. But for now, the core utility will serve the entire ecosystem. We believe so.
Love that. In fact, the project I was speaking with just before previous stream, and I love that idea of you have to leave it open to a degree, because you don't know where the space is going in a year, right? Like, I mean, we might have something in mind, and then a meta shifts or something much bigger than a meta shifts, and all of a sudden everything's going in a different direction, and you have to be able to pivot to those kind of things. So again, like leaving it open so people can help direct that, the direction that things are being built and what tool or functionality they want, I think is excellent. It's a great idea. You also made a point too about like maybe some of this info hadn't been out on X yet. It doesn't make it to the timeline. That is one of the hardest things of being a builder is exactly that. When you're a builder, you're focused on building, and sometimes you're just very heads down and you don't get to put the time and attention into being loud and we know how this space values being loud. And if you're not, it's a bummer. Sometimes the best products don't make it because people just don't know about it. And then the flip side is sometimes you see projects that are very loud that don't have anything, right? There's not really a product, but they can make it, for a period of time just because they were loud. It's a tricky balance, isn't it? So I think, yeah, I hope you guys are about to get really loud. And even this helps. This helps just people hearing about it. I see people in the chat that are already saying that this is really damn cool. What kind of plans do you have for maybe growing that community and growing your voice on X?
I mean, now, so our entire focus now is exactly that. This is why we're also here today, right, with you. And I thought the best way to actually start off is by voicing ourselves on this platform. So every activity from here on will be about being loud on these platforms. I think you guys are going to see a lot of traction, a lot of more people coming in into this ecosystem just by hearing what we're doing. And keeping it fully organic. I think this is one of the most important things. And it's also part of the reasons why we love, virtuals as a platform, and because we've been quite inspired on how organically they grew. And it's always when you have a great utility, the noise, it gets noisy on its own, right? And that's where we're coming from. So we spend a lot of time building, and now it's all about being loud. So in the coming days, a lot's about to change on these platforms. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Yeah, I love it all. I like everything I'm hearing here. Let me think of anything else, guys. By the way, in the chat, any questions, please fire them off here. Let's see. Roadmap. Where do you see us out? Let's say, or give me some milestones coming up. I think in a couple weeks. I think. Oh, well, you tell me milestones. I'm probably mixing up dates already. So, what do we got coming up over the next 2 to 4 weeks? And then where do you see this out? 6 months to a year.
So in 2 weeks, I mean, one of the biggest updates is getting the desktop terminal out, right? Which will be an actual product. And I don't know how many projects on virtuals actually have an actual product out there once they're deployed. So that's where our credibility comes in. We don't want to. One of the ways we actually voice ourselves is having that desktop terminal out there live for people to use, and that's going to be our key point. So in the next 2 weeks, that's one of the biggest milestones. There's a lot of important partnerships that are going to be coming out. One of them, I don't want to announce it right now.
Leak it, do it.
but we've got a couple of partners in this space. Mobilum being one of them. It's a very, very big crypto payment sort of solution. They're one of our partners in the wallet side of things. And if you've seen them, they actually issue credit cards for crypto users, right? And if you have a project and a coin of your own, so imagine users having Sovra credit and debit cards as well on top of their wallet.
Oh, wow.
And that's a digital card. It'll be linkable with Apple Pay. It'll be linkable with your phones. And if you have Sovra on you, you can actually make transactions out of it too. Right. So this is what I mean by transactions is literally going and imagine having a meal by spending some Sovra tokens, right? This is
Wow.
This is an important partnership that we have, and we're going to announce it soon. The actual purpose of this partnership is to empower the wallet as much as possible, that current wallets are not offering. So that's a very important update, and I would say in the coming weeks, it's all about partnerships. There's going to be a lot of partnerships being announced. And not just that, get traction, but these partnerships are very strategic, just like I just, told you about Mobilum. These partnerships are serving a purpose in the ecosystem that we're building, right? And those are our top priority in the next 4 weeks. So I think I've given some two spicy updates. That's more than enough.
Those are good, though. No, that's pretty darn spicy. I love to hear it. Any plans for ACP integration?
Yeah, I'll let Zishan comment.
Yeah, so I think we're still studying a little deeply onto what exactly is the ACP, and I believe it is something that we can do, later down the line once we have the mobile application and the terminal up and running. I think this integration will truly add value to the virtual ecosystem as well. And this is something that we've currently not been focusing on that much, but I think we should be, let's say, seeing this somewhere around a month or 2 months down the line as well.
Yep. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, so much of the ACP is kind of hidden right now, too. So it's hard to make plans around it quite yet, but that's ramping up very, very soon, it sounds like, which will be exciting. And then I imagine at that point, I mean, I know they're going to get it to the point where it's just kind of you plug your agent right on in. I mean, I think it's going to get that simple. So I think we'll see plenty join. Would be great to see you guys in there too. Let's see, token lock for 31 days, which is decent. I had mentioned this yesterday on one of my shows. Like, okay, I know the community wants these long lockup times. They just, that's what we've been accustomed to so far. I kind of take the flip side. I kind of do, like, look, I'm in Iris now and I'm locked up for 6 months. That makes it kind of tricky, right? If I want to be able to do something with my tokens and sell them, well, then I'm penalized for 6 months. I'm penalized if I sell them. I kind of like the 31 days game plan. Is that something you're firm on, or is that still something that, because I know you can change it once they allow you to? Are you guys firm on the 31, or are you open to considering making that longer?
Yeah, we're flexible on that. That's not an issue. Actually, one of the other previous, let's say, um, agents platform also reached out to us for like a, uh, let's say, launchpad deal or a pre-Genesis deal that they were offering to us, and they also recommended us to push this token locking, and also like pushing our launch date much further. Let's say delay it for a week, and then we're going to push it in terms of marketing and everything else, and then restructure the tokenomics, so to speak, as well. So this is something that we're also looking into. Maybe we can also showcase them on the team details page as well. He's one of the YouTubers who also talks about virtuals. Let's say the
Interesting.
entire playbook on virtuals.
Is it one of the bigger
And
names in YouTube that, virtuals, YouTubers?
oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Just
So
picture in my
so
head, there's only a
that,
couple of them, so I'm wondering if it's who I'm thinking of. So let's see.
yeah, yeah. I think it's best not to name them, but yeah. So they've basically advised us to, let's say, restructure tokenomics according to that. But I think they're still waiting on a few updates on our end, that we are making sure to push out there whatever we are building, and because to be honest, even this question and answer session is so helpful, because a few people have also reached out for scheduling more question and answer sessions next week. So yeah, I think we might consider pushing it further. That's something that's something
Interesting.
that we are going to look into.
The launch date itself, potentially?
Potentially, yes, because
Okay.
I think not many people know exactly what we're doing, but I think it's best to do that. I know there are some amazing launches coming up on the Genesis Launchpad, but I truly believe that Sovra stands out from them. But we
Yeah.
need to focus more on the marketing side than on the developing side as of now, because that's one of the urgent things that we need to do on our end.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So I go through every project and I do it every day, and I look for who stands out and is different. And so a couple of days ago, whenever I first reached out to you guys, exactly that, right? Click in, I see a project, I'm like, okay, neat, going through, and then I see yours, and I stop, and I'm like, that looks really neat, but I know next to nothing about it, right? And again, I look through the details and I see the screenshots, so I'm like, okay, everything here looks kosher, like it looks good, and I'm like, and I still don't know enough about it, and that's why I really wanted to get you guys on for that reason. So I mean, man, I think launching it a day and a half is probably fine. I bet you if you delayed it, even better, because I think you're already like not changing minds. I think there's just a lot of people watching that may not have had this on the radar at all, and now all of a sudden do, because what we just looked at and what you just said is pretty damn impressive. So I might say I'm in that group as well. That might say maybe delaying it a little bit might be really good for you. Maybe. Either way, I think at this point, and maybe we can chat after just a little bit, but at this point, I'm probably committing points to it. It sounds great.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. I think you're also like one of the OG, let's say, founders who launched on Virtues, right? So would love to get advice from you as well.
Yeah, no, would be happy to. We launched before Genesis was even a thing. We launched with Vader, and we've been building an AI for 2 years now, so we've got a lot of experience. And again, now I've seen this, from the start now to this. It's a much more like the virtual season 2 is a much more matured virtuals. It's like next level quality projects that are launching here. So it's really been awesome watching it grow. And if we're talking about more matured products coming out, this is now fitting that exactly. This looks different, better than a lot of stuff I've seen. Kudos to you guys. This is actually pretty darn exciting. So nice job.
Awesome. Thanks.
Let me see. Any questions in the chats? And while I'm looking, I'm going to look across. We're in a few places. We're on Abstract and X and where else? Kick and YouTube. We're all over. But while I'm looking, any other points that you want to make sure people are aware of? Just that maybe we haven't covered yet.
I think we've covered most of the points, but in terms of security, since we've been working with the government quite a lot, the wallet security thing is a primary thing that we need to be focusing on, and this is something that we cannot let loose on our end. And we've been working with governments and their cybersecurity teams. So, we've actually deployed on-prem offline LLM models for these government entities as well. So, like an AI model which runs without the internet, or which is something which is locally hosted for them. So we truly understand the security element, or what that means to create a wallet. And I know MetaMask and Phantom Wallet, they've been scrutinized for, let's say, for the exact same thing. So we'll try our best to, let's say, avoid their mistakes and learn from them, essentially.
Smart. Very, very smart. Okay. Dude, spicy. All around spicy. Everything I've heard here sounds really, really excellent. So, like I said, I already saw this ahead of time. Like, it just stood out to me. 10 times more excited now after just chatting with you and getting to hear your thoughts and what's gone into it. So I appreciate you sharing and giving me your time to explain this. This is looking really, really nice. So nice job to you guys. Well, if it launches tomorrow, good luck, and I will be committing some points to it. If it's delayed, you should come back on and just give us a little last update on, what's been changed, even if it's a week, right? Like what little updates, what little changes over that week period. And then regardless, whenever it's live, I'm always live. So I'll be covering the live and watching how many people are committing, and we make an event of it. So that'll be fun too. But yeah, please keep in touch and let me know, again, changes. And if you want to come back on and run through it again.
100%.
Awesome. Thank you for having us, buddy. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. All right, guys, let me think here. Anything? No, I think we're covered for now. I'll keep you guys, people watching, updated on this one again, if it's going to launch tomorrow or not. And then just be aware, Saturday, we don't normally do the show, except tomorrow's not a normal Saturday. Tomorrow, I'm going to have the Stratos team on here. So we'll do that one. We'll cover their I think they got another big drop, right? They're dropping on Ethereum, part of the Ithaca protocol. So that's gonna be a monster one. We'll be chatting with them tomorrow at what time? 11 a.m. Eastern time, guys. So stand by for maybe a tweet announcement about that. Anyway, again, guys, thank you very much. And I hope you have a great weekend. And again, we'll keep my eyes on this launch, but I have a feeling it sounds like this might be pushed a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay.
Right.
You guys have a great weekend. Let's chat.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Yes, sir. See you, fellas. And goodbye, guys. Peace.
Goodbye.